Okay, welcome back. This is just a quick check on whether or not you remember latitude and longitude from World Studies earlier this year. We know that you did a mapping project, so this should be review. So go ahead and copy this slide in your notebook. The easiest way to do that is to click on the slide that you're interested in, edit, copy, and then go to your notebook and paste it in. So once you have this copied in your notebook, we are going to be looking at different places on a map and trying to determine which cities are at these coordinates. We've got latitude and longitude are the coordinates, and we're going to look at a map and figure out what cities are there. So here's our map, and you're going to use this to label which coordinates identify which city. So I'm going to start with the first set of coordinates on the previous slide were 33 degrees north and 112 degrees west. So looking at this map, I'm going to start, here's 30 degrees north and here's 40. So I'm going to go a little bit less than halfway north of 30 degrees north to find 33. Okay, so right parallel with where I drew that line. And then the longitude is 112 degrees west. So I'm going to find the closest number to that, which is 110, and then I'm going to go a little bit farther west. So if I draw my lines, at where I think 33 north is and 112 west is, I have come up with my first answer. Phoenix, Arizona is at 33 degrees north and 112 degrees west. I'm going to erase this and I'm going to do one more with you. So my next set of coordinates, question number 2, is 35 degrees north and 78 degrees west. So again, I'm going to pick a different color. Enough pink. I'm going to find where 35 degrees north is, and that's halfway between 30 and 40 degrees. So if I draw this line all the way across the country using this map, that is my line for 35 degrees north, 78 degrees west. So here's 70 and here's 80. I know that 78 is closer to 80 than 70. So I'm going to draw my imaginary longitude line where I think 78 would be. And that city is Raleigh, North Carolina. Continue working through the rest of the problems. We've done number 1 and number 2 together. Do 3 through 7 and just practice finding where something is on a map using the coordinates of latitude and longitude. And when you are done with that, you're going to move on to this slide. Looking at this map, do you think more people live in the northern latitudes or the southern latitudes? I'm going to pause the video for a minute. I'd like you to pause as well and look at the map and make a prediction. Do you think more people live north of the equator or south of the equator? Believe it or not, 90% of the Earth's population lives in the northern hemisphere. 90%. And if we go back to this map, it kind of makes sense. I'm going to circle all of the land masses that are north of the equator. And now I'm going to circle the ones that are to the south. There is much more land mass, populated land mass, north of the equator. So 90% of all of Earth's population lives in the northern hemisphere. Let that sink in for a minute. And then we are going to go on to our next activity, which is a Seasons Interactive.